of the United Hearthstone, week 2 of the United Hearthstone League. We're going to have a Ridiculous Hat and Matuna. On the right, I'm your host, Brandon Downs, aka Tom Locke, captain of Team Swagoy. And on your left, we've got Commissioner Mike Lowe himself, sporting the 1600 Dust shirt.
Yo.
You know what side of the match he's on tonight? Gonna be repping that Matuna.
You know what's funny? I honestly didn't even think of that when I put the shirt on. I was just thinking, I love my boy Spive. I love Ziggy, Chris. I love Matuna. But I didn't actually think that he was playing, and this would come off as if I chose this side. I'm the commissioner. I can't pick sides. I'm just here for the entertainment and the competition. You know what I'm saying?
Picking the side of a good Hearthstone. I don't have anything that I could maybe use as a ridiculous hat. Maybe that lampshade behind me.
Okay.
If I put on a ridiculous hat, maybe we can see. Maybe we get
not to go too long, but to be fair, this is actually the only piece of Hearthstone clothing I own.
Dang.
So I gotta up my game. I'm still waiting for dadlegend.com to make those hoodies, sweats, all the hats. I live in New England, so it's cold around here. So Ben Reddington, when you're ready, get that on the website. I'll be there.
Yeah, excellent. All right. So please check out UnitedHearthLeague.com. That's probably where you saw us. Maybe you saw us on Twitter. But we're going to go ahead and get into the match. So, Mike, go ahead and get our players ready. We're going to have Matuna on the bottom half of your screen. And we will put a ridiculous hat on the top half of the screen. Once we've got the gentleman in the game, I will bring up the match screen. So we'll be starting just as soon as we can. Let me tell you, my friends, we've got some spicy decks from Hat. Hat's
man.
Rogue, Paladin, and Priests. And Matuna has the Druid, Hunter, and Paladin. But Matuna definitely has some spicy decks too. He does have Token Druid. He's got a Hunter, a Death Rattle Hunter, but this isn't a normal Death Rattle Hunter. This is an aggressive Bomb Death Rattle Hunter with a Boom Master Flark.
Oh man.
I don't know if you've heard the new rap album by Boom Master Flark, Explodinator. But
He's got an album out?
Oh yeah, man, it's already blowing up.
Damn, I gotta catch up. I didn't know that.
Oh man, I'm sorry about that joke.
I feel you.
All right, but yeah, no, it's got Explodinator, it's got Blue Master Flag, it's got Rolling Glider, it's got Venomizer, it's got all sorts of good stuff. And we've got also from Matuna, we've got a Mech Paladin. Going on to Ridiculous Hat, though, we're gonna see a Malagos Rogue, a Even Paladin, one of the arguments, I might say, that Ridiculous disputes. One of the disputes that Ridiculous Hat and I have is I think that Odd Paladin is a much better hero power than Even Paladin. But
that's a dispute.
Oh yeah. He right. Well, the deck, obviously, the Even Paladin deck is worse now than the Odd Paladin deck, but we're just talking about the hero powers. I think it's disputable, but I do think that Hat is wrong.
Yeah, because when I click the Paladin hero power from 1 mana, it makes me miss that I don't have the 2 1/1s coming out. So I'd rather have that. All right, so are we ready to get our players to go?
We are. Yep, absolutely.
All right.
Well, yes. So, and then the priest deck is going to be that topsy turvy priest, and Hat just getting home from work, I think, before this. So we'll see how much work exhausted him, if how well he can do with his APM on that APM priest.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So while we get this ready, can I run down the format really quick for our viewers?
Yeah, let me pop that up on the stream. I got the
Yeah.
format right there for you. Go ahead, Mike.
All right. So with the United Hearthstone League, we wanted to try something new in regards to deck selection. Therefore, we have decided to have a format where every class is selected. No one's left out. Matches will be played once a week as a best of 5 standard conquest format. Players will choose 3 classes per week for their match. Once a class is selected for a match, it cannot be selected again until the remaining classes have been selected for the matches to be completed in the following 2 weeks. So this also means that if a deck was selected for a match but not played, that deck cannot be used in another match until all the remaining classes have been selected. In addition, that means by the end of match 3, all 9 classes will be selected by each player. Starting with match 4, players will be free to choose whichever 3 classes they would like once again. And that's a great week. I love week 4. I remember playing last season, and it was awesome.
Yeah, getting back into that fresh 9 classes available. You're not feeling that pressure of, oh man, I've only got these 3 classes ready and none of them are Warlock, Druid, or Rogue.
Oh,
All
yeah.
that. All right. We are getting into the game now. And as soon as we are in the game, I'll switch over to that screen. Just want to make sure we get you that absolutely professional experience of
Most definitely.
making sure both players are available in the proper screens. All right. Here we are. Like I said, we've got Matuna on the bottom, Ridiculous Hat on the top. Gonna be Token Druid versus Malagos Rogue. A full mulligan from Ridiculous Hat, and
Roll the bones.
Matuna kept the Nourish. So nothing too surprising from either player as far as mulligans. Mike, you saw that Roll the Bones. What do you think is going on with that?
One card I was really excited to see. Unfortunately, he didn't get to pull a death rattle out of that. Oh, but now he drew the death rattle. That would have been really awesome if that Roll the Bones hit one of the very few death rattles in the deck. But as you stated before the match, the card is good, period. It's used for a draw, and it just helps you cycle through.
Right, yeah. Interesting that he chooses to play the Razor Petal Volley so early instead of that second Roll the Bones. Maybe he doesn't want to risk overdrawing with those death rattles. He's only got 4 death rattles in the deck. The 2 weapons and the 2 Kobold Illusionist. I had to look my card up. But because he's only got those 2. Oh, duh. That's why he played the Razor Petal Volley. He knew he was playing against... He knew he might be playing against Token Druid. And wanted to clear off those wisps.
But here comes Matuna filling his board right back up. This Token Druid deck is pretty powerful. Last season, I got annihilated by Eve Martin. I had 48 health, and she boosted up her board, Savage Wars and the cards like that, to 49 attack total and just wiped me out. It's amazing.
Wow. Yeah, that is... This secret's going to be very effective against the Token Druid deck if it had decided to buff its minions this turn. Of course, there are only 3 rogue secrets, so Matuna is going to play around the evasion perfectly.
Our Hat with the Vanish, sending all of those tokens back, and the reason that it hurts is because they all had a death rattle attached.
Oh man, yikes.
Ooh, that's a horrible, horrible burn right there. Ultimate Infestation.
Yeah, one of the absolute best cards in the deck gone.
Especially with all those 0-cost wisps in his hand. Oh man.
Yeah. He can still, pull out a Violet Teacher, Play all the
Okay.
wisps. Play a
Yeah.
Power of the Wild. He's immune to Fan of Knives. And if there's
Mhm.
not a second Vanish, this board is enormous.
You're actually right about that. He can actually turn this around. Good call.
Yeah, the Violet Teacher build really showing the staying power of Violet Teacher. It's it's really another way to generate a board. If you're playing the taunt version of Token Druid, you've only got that Spreading Plague available. This really gives you an additional power spike with that ability to generate that second board. And Hat here does not really, definitely does not have a way to clear this board. And unfortunately, without any combo pieces, will not be able to have any effect on this game in with any prevailing speed. Looks like Martin is going to be able to take this.
Yeah, so whereas a minute ago where I was freaking out for no reason over the ultimate infestation, Matuna just turned this around and he's got his board filled. They're all nice statted minions where he's just gonna go face. And like you said, Hat's gonna have trouble clearing every minion out, but Matuna's gonna take this right here. What do we got?
Yep, that's lethal with Savage Roar. So you've got
Yeah.
8 plus 10 for that quick lethal math. And that's it. That's 18.
There we go, 18. Game over. Matuna up 1 against Ridiculous Hat.
Yeah. So we've got a win for that Druid deck.
Nice. Got to feel good for Matuna. First game into the league. First game in his new season. Gets a win over Hat, a previous champion of the league.
That's right. He was the season 1 champion.
Yes.
I mean, he made the plays that he needed to make to win that game, but unfortunately his draws just didn't cooperate.
Yeah. And like you stated, he didn't have the Fan of Knives at the right time to clear that board.
Yeah, he does have 2 Fan of Knives in the deck, but, you know, not guaranteed to draw him every game. All right, this will be interesting. This is 2 combo decks facing off against each other. The bombs from Matuna, and that Malagos Rogue again from Hat. Full mulligan from Hat and a full keep from Matuna. All these cards say deal some damage. He's gonna keep them.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So our players queued right into game 2. Excuse me while I step away for a second so I can promote our beautiful league and match on Twitter to our beautiful Twitter crowd.
No problem. I'll step into this solo cast.
Yes.
So Hat is going to do everything that he can to prevent taking damage. He's going to be killing every minion as soon as he can. He'll probably have to leave these bombs in play, but I definitely see him using his removal spells very early. Nothing too powerful offered from this tracking. I wonder what he was looking for. A Direwolf Alpha will allow bombs to trade, but having 2 animal companions means he knows that he is more likely to roll the Elec. That's the 2/4 that gives +1 attack to all of your minions. Hat not going to be killing the bombs. There's just going to be too many bombs for him to be killing all of them. So I like playing the Shiv on face to try and get that card draw. Drawing Fan of Knives is interesting. It allows him to use his dagger just to trade with the 3/2. But I definitely think that he will that this play of using the Eviscerate or and using all of his mana for the turn allows him to keep progressing towards that combo as quickly as possible. Still only 1 combo piece in his hand with the Necreum Vial. That is just too slow though for what is mounting pressure. He did roll the Leok, so getting that extra attack on the Goblin Bombs, not as much damage as a Huffer would have been, but a little bit more threatening as it doesn't just die to backstab. We see.
All right. I am back from Twitter world. I apologize.
No problem.
It's nice and warm in here.
We see Hat playing that first evasion out and drawing Malagos. So that evasion is going to gain him a lot of life this turn.
Yeah, he's immune. Takes no damage from that bomb.
Yeah, crazy.
Matuna, uh-oh. Second Leok. Okay. This is intriguing.
I mean, that's lethal on board there. It's not lethal from just an attack, but if you assume that the 2 bombs will eventually die, that's it. Obviously, we know that Hat is very likely to have some removal spells. The Razor Petal volley here will allow him to clear off one of the Leoks. It'll be.
Was he gonna face it?
Yeah, I mean, he has to do something about it, right? That's for sure.
I imagine he plays evasion this turn, right? Maybe prep evasion. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage that he would be preventing, but it's not lethal damage. So
Gotcha.
I'm not sure that he needs to do that. Unfortunately, we can see the war gear in Matuna's hand will allow for a lot of surprise damage to come in.
Yeah, so we're looking at a 6/6 goblin bomb. Nice. 2 from the hero power, leaves him at 6. Unless he plays the bomb toss from his hand to summon a goblin bomb. Like you said, at some point they gotta die. Yeah.
Yeah, I like playing the bomb toss from the hand here. It does the same amount of damage as the hero power, but you're either winning this game with cards in your hand or you're going to be losing this game. It's not going to matter with in regards to the hero power. All right. Actually, Hat's dead because he has no life gain. However, he might not die on this turn, so he can Kobold Illusionist, Preparation,
Okay.
Necrium Vial, get 2 Maligeese.
Maligai?
Well, it's Malagoose, right? Malagos? Malagoose?
I was honestly just messing with you. You're probably right. I'm just messing with you.
Malagos is, I mean, there is only one Malagos. Right? So that will allow him to play the Razor Petal on the 6/6 Goblin Bomb. But unfortunately, then he will not have the mana. Oh my gosh, wait a second. That's lethal.
Wait,
no, it's
5?
not. It's only 18. My bad. My bad.
I was thinking plus 15. Okay, yeah.
Wow.
So Matuna takes game number 2 and goes up 2-0 versus Ridiculous Hat.
Hat was 1 mana off lethal.
Wow.
Did you see that?
That's gotta feel. Oh man, that's tough. That's tough to be in a situation where you're 1 mana away or 1 life point away, such as I am in a lot of situations. But I don't complain, sort of. Sometimes. Not all the time.
Absolutely crazy.
So shout out to all our viewers and supporters in the UHL. We have a amazing Discord group. We're around, I want to say 100 members, 100 people in here, 100 plus. A lot of Hearthstone players, podcasters, different content creators. So it's free to join. Go to our page on Twitter at United HS League. And right there in the bio, I have the link, the invite to Discord. The never expiring link. You know, you never want it to expire. It's a bad feeling when you get sent a link and it expired.
Right. So we're going to see Paladin now from Matuna, and we'll see what Hat decides to bring. He's got that APM Priest.
Oh, he's playing Priest now. Okay.
Yeah, it's APM Priest. The Paladin deck is a bit slow. So, yeah. I think the APM Priest will stand a great chance here. But this game's definitely going to be a little bit longer than the first two.
Yeah, the first two was such a blitz. I can imagine Matuna was looking to get a fast start and try to, withhold the lead against Hat being such a great player.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, we can see this is an odd Kangor's Endless Army Mech Paladin.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Although Hat does have that Duskbreaker. So
Yeah, man, that card is beautiful, and it's golden. I like it golden.
that is very pretty. I'm gonna hover over that for the audience.
Yeah, look at that.
Couple
Nice.
golden cards in Hat's
Yeah.
hand. Hat is certainly winning the golden battle.
Plays the Acolyte of Pain here. Let's see. 7 cards in hand. Just gotta be careful there. But they'll have 2 attacks, so can't force the overdraw.
I think
Tuna's probably gonna wipe it out. Yeah, he's gonna take it out in one shot.
Yeah. And I think Hat's totally fine with that. You know, this is only 6 points of power. That is not enough to make Hat scared for sure. This Elixir Purity is Divine Shield. That's pretty good. You get
Another Elixir.
Nah, he's gonna take that draw card.
Oh, the shield. Okay.
Absolutely. He's so close to having his combo available. He might as well.
Yeah, I can see that.
And this +2/+2 in Divine Shield, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Especially when you're going against an odd paladin, no access to equality, nothing like that, you know?
Yeah, he
Rough.
could play Void Ripper this turn. I think that's a great that's a more than reasonable plan. Allows him to continue to have quite a large board and get rid of this 9/4. But it means Hat is going to happily sweep up the board with his Duskbreaker.
Yeah, it's gonna be a nice clean sweep.
Looked like a perfectly reasonable play from Matuna that Hat set up extraordinarily well. And
Beautiful.
Matuna recognizes it as well. Says, well played on that setup of the Duskbreaker. I agree.
Ooh, Lich King. Snap pick. Always.
Snap pick always. You've got
Always.
3 5-drops in your hand. You don't want something cheaper? You don't even have 8 mana on the next turn to play the Lich King.
Don't listen to me. I'm not playing in the league anymore. I'm just
You just want to see some magic happen. That Fungomancer is a good draw. It allows for a reasonably threatening board. But we're gonna see that Mechanoweg come out. Probably have a Ziliax attached to it on the next turn. Possibly, maybe we'll see the Lich King. But man, that Lich King is slow. I would not have taken that Lich King. I didn't even get to see the other options, but just
that's honestly why I say Lich King, because I didn't see the other two. It was a quick pick.
you're just.
I think one was a Tauren. Was it the 2/3 when it's enraged get +1? The 3 minute, something like that.
No, it's fine. You gotta go on autopilot when you see the Lich King. It's just too cool. You know, he's
another Elixir of Purity. Look at that. 3/6 Divine Shield.
That's pretty good though. When your opponent has nothing that can attack, Hat might just win through normal damage here.
Yeah. Yeah, the way this odd paladin is built, you're right. It is too slow for what Hat is putting on.
Yeah. Which is an interesting way that these decks have lined up. That is for sure. All right. What do we see from Hat? We don't have a way for Hat to win the game on this turn, right? Because we've got 10-20 on Cabal Shadow Priest. If there was a silence, Hat's hand, I think that would be lethal. But due to the life steal on the Mechanoag. It is not.
Yeah.
However,
I feel like he's gonna play Drake into the Acolyte. Take that 8. Yeah, there we go.
yeah, he's
That's
just
a good
gonna
play.
continue to play for value here, and and push damage until he has lethal. I don't like not attacking the 3/3 into the 1/1 there. You know that your opponent has Fungalmancer, and the 3/3 the fungal or sorry, every odd deck plays Fungalmancer, and Hat knows that for sure.
Yeah, agreed.
So you want to play around Fungalmancer where you can. Fungalmancer would have allowed Matuna to trade with the 3/3.
Hey, is this game here? 17 and 2.
Yeah, it's 28.
Yeah.
Well, 28 plus 5. Yeah, it is game. So.
All right, so Hat puts himself on the board. Tuna is up 2-1 against Hat.
Yeah. So this APM Priest actually had both combos in it. Oh wait, no. Sorry. It's not APM Priest. It was never APM Priest. There's no boars in this deck. It was always just this combo Priest. My apologies, everybody.
Oh, you're probably just thinking of it because of the topsy-turvy, that little
Yeah.
combo there.
Yeah, got me all topsy-turvy there.
It's all good. So before our players queue into the next match, I just want to invite everyone to check out UnitedHearthstoneLeague.com. We have all the standings there. Every week, our official content creator, one of them, Yuki Storm HS, he will select one of the players' decks that played throughout the week and do a little highlight section on it. So I like to put that on the front page. This past week was Pear with her Recruit Hunter. Pretty nice deck. I'm looking to get writers on the website to do articles about the players, about the casters, just how the league is going in general. So I just wanted to shout out the league, UnitedHearthstoneLeague.com.
Yeah. And if you're interested in writing those articles, hit us up on the Discord, and that'll be the perfect place to have that discussion. Mike, go ahead and tell the players to start the next game. We
All right.
are going to see that Paladin deck again from Matuna, and I think Hat's set up to win this match. This version of Odd Paladin is definitely a bit slower. Matuna did choose to play that game a little more slowly, playing, against a controlling priest, but we can see that it doesn't have those immediate lower cost buffs, so it does play out a bit slower. However, against a value focused even Paladin deck, that hero power might prove to be insurmountable. Let's get into the match. We can see Matuna with a Blessed Maul and a Champion's Maul. That is some absolutely great rolls. Hat is going to need something good to keep up with that. What do you think about how these hands line up, Mike?
Yeah, I was just going to say, that's beautiful. It gets to clear here with the Glotron. It gets to play the hero power, bring out 2/1/1s. Next turn, can play the Maul to bring out 2 more. And he has the other Maul to boost their attack up +1. Like, it's pretty amazing. Like, that's a good start here.
Yeah, and he's going to be able to use that first half of the weapon to attack the 2/2. He's going to have 5 1-attack minions in play on turn 3. On turn 4, they're all going to be 2-attack. That is going to be an enormous board for Hat to deal with. However,
yes,
Hat does have the coin consecration available to him. Excuse me, that is not coin consecration. That is a Blessing of Kings. He does not have coin consecration available. He does have coin into Serenite Chain Gang, or drawing that Ooze allows him to put 2 threats on the board. He is,
and it's funny he plays the Ooze because he has another weapon lined up, and it really doesn't matter.
Yeah. It
That's
definitely
brutal.
seemed like a good play, though.
Oh, most definitely. I see where it's coming from. Yeah, but we have caster vision, so we can't be that harsh. We understand.
Yeah. All right. Oh!
Oh, and he top
There
decks
we
the
go.
consecration.
Absolutely.
Ridiculous hat with the clear.
And
Nice.
he absolutely needed that. He was not
Woo.
going to stand a
Yeah, man.
chance without
You
drawing
have
that
my gratitude.
consecration. Yeah.
That was amazing. Nice. Ridiculous hat said, I am a previous champion. I am not going down without a fight. You got to earn this.
Yeah. And we see he's not playing that noble sacrifice here because it would just trade with the divine shield. I like that play a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. This is a Void Ripper. Jeez, this is a Void
And
Ripper.
it gets used, yeah, the shields to clear off the chain gangs. That's beautiful.
Yeah. In another world, he could magnetic up one of these and just get a lot of damage through. But I still see him playing this taunt since the hero power Lost in the Jungle would just fill. I still see him playing this taunt, but wasn't sure if he would magnetic it. Makes sense to me that he would.
All right, Matuna's putting on the pressure here. I'm curious on what his next move is. I can see maybe a hero power going back to Spike Ridge.
Mm-hmm. Spike Ridge always good against this board that just had a Void Ripper played into it. This is an interesting turn. We've got just a 1/1 with a Divine Shield.
Yeah.
Look, I bet he must be looking to play a Spike Ridge Steed on one of these two minions. Must be his plan.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah. Boy, there is.
Sorry,
I'm just
I really thought he was gonna play the Spikers last turn. I'm just a little quiet. But yeah, for Matuna side, he's got. Let's see, what could he play here? Maybe the Divine Cleaver, and just keep pushing face. Like, why not keep going face?
Right. Make Hat respond to something. Ziliax would be a good play if you were afraid of something from Hat, but I don't think you are. So definitely gonna just I would push everything face here, but Matuna gonna play it a little more safe, get rid of all the minions in play, and deal a lot.
Oh, he leaves up the 2/2.
All right, leaves up the 2/2. So Hat has a couple plays available to him. He's got the Equality Avenging Wrath available, which he does go for. He had, fancy Spike Ridge Steed attack, give it a Divine Shield afterwards type of things. But Hat is going to respect the things here, the things like level up. We see there aren't any. However, I can appreciate the respect given to the level up here.
Yeah, I would have wished Matuna either went all face last turn or cleared every minion in the event that Hat could have put his Spike Ridge down. But he's got his board filled again, so Hat's going to play his Spike Ridge here, I imagine.
Yeah, and it's going to be very, very good unless there's a level up from Matuna. And a Fungal Mancer is not a level up, so we're gonna see a lot of Silverhand recruits die for the cause.
Yeah. So he's gonna play the Ziliax on the Mechano Egg. Gonna gain a little life steal, go back to 16, break his Divine Shield. So he can break through this here, and then this the Stegodon that comes out of it is a 2/6.
Yep, so he is able to clear off all of Hat's minions, and he is left with 5 of his own. Just that Vine Cleaver has been extreme value for Matuna this game. And
hey, like you point. Yeah, go ahead. Yep.
Hat needs something to pull him out of this one, and the weapon is not it. Hat is pretty sure that he's dead if he does nothing here, but we can see that he's actually not. There's currently only 7 points of power in play, And a level up would, of course, be lethal, adding 8. However, Fungalmancer only adds 4, making that 11 points of damage. So there are some interesting things that Hat can do here. I like putting the Divine Shield on the 1/1 though. He's just gonna play as many minions as he can.
Yeah, so for Matuna, he's played both the Mauls. He's got Fungalmancer. Yeah, so he would need, looking at his deck list here, yeah, he would need to level up for any kind of quick burst damage. Here to play that Ziliax.
Yep, a second Void Ripper would also be 1 short of lethal. It would have only added 1 damage. But let's see here. We've got a Blessing of Kings into all right, Blessing of Kings into Sunkeeper. Taram does not do it because of the 1/1 with taunt. Tyrion Ford Ring. Boy. Tyrion also does not do it because of the death rattle from the Mechano egg.
Which path
Yeah, tough spot here.
Yeah.
Real difficult.
If I think that Righteous Protector has won the game. If because, well, you know, there are so many cards that Matuna could have drawn to win the game, but Hat gonna go for the honorable death and finish out the match.
Finishes out the match, and Matuna defeats Ridiculous Hat. Takes
Yeah.
the series.
Excellent
Wow,
play.
what a win. That's got to feel amazing.
Yeah. And
What a win.
Hat absolutely playing his butt off in that match. Very, very good play from Hat with absolutely unique decks.
Yeah, shout out to Ridiculous Hat for bringing unique, amazing decks to the UHL. Not just bringing ladder decks to stuff you can, Google search and find online.
I mean, that I cannot believe that combo Malagos deck was 1 mana shy of beating that super aggressive Hunter combo deck. That's insane.
I want to know, and maybe you can walk into it if we can do a post game. I want to know if he was aware that he was 1 mana shy, and like how mad he was. Like that's I'm always, whenever I stream or play, I'm always 1 damage off from winning, but I've never been like a mana away from needing something. That's crazy.
All right, let me see if I can get them in a voice call. We're gonna drop Mike real quick. See if we can get a voice call going. A ring-a-ling-ding, a ring-a-ling-ding. Hello, Matuna. Please wait just a moment. See if we can get the other 2 gentlemen in here as well.
I'm here.
Yeah,
Hello. I
thank
just
you.
got here.
Thank
Yo.
you for joining us, Matuna. Thank you for joining us for this post-game, Mike. We'll see.
Oh, of course.
Oh yeah.
We'll see if Hat joins as well, but let's just
I'm right here. I'm
All
here.
right.
Oh, Hat's here.
Been here the whole time.
Do we need camera?
Nah.
Okay.
That is unfortunately something I did not anticipate. So we're gonna just go ahead and start off with talking to Hat about that match. Hat, how do you play these off meta decks like you've played 200 games with them? That second game of Malagos Rogue was extremely impressive.
Serious, man.
But I lost. How is it impressive if I lost?
You were 1 mana off.
I was
mean,
1 life off.
You
1
still
life.
played it. You still played it like you knew what you're doing.
I played that deck on the ladder. It's good.
How many
It's a good
games
ladder deck.
though? How did you? Okay, so that's
I
what
don't
I'm
know,
asking.
like-
How did you get so good with that
Like
deck?
5. I don't know.
Jeez. All right.
It's
Wow.
so it's rogue. I mean, I was exactly 1 life off because I had the evasion, the second evasion you saw, and I was at 6 and he had a 6/6. So if I was at 7 or had 1 more mana, I would have gotten there. It was close, but It's I watched a couple of replays of the people that were running it, and I got the idea. And I lost to it a couple times on ladder. It's it puts out a lot of burst damage. It's pretty consistent, but you need to get to about turn 8 or 9. And I really needed Fan of Knives in the first game and didn't get it. And so I had to vanish early and had to read that he had the Savage Roar, but couldn't play around it, and then lost to it. And then the second game, I think I needed the Necrim Blade a couple turns earlier, or just one more life. If I had shivved on turn 2 instead of daggering, I think I would have gotten there because I took an extra couple points of damage I didn't need to take.
Yep, it was just exactly 2 points of damage that you didn't need to take. But
Yep.
As soon as the Malagos started showing up, I was just like, I thought for certain I had the match or the game, and I was just like, uh-oh. And then another one, and I was like, uh-oh. Oh, God. And I was like, no, I know what's happening. And I was trying to add the math as fast as I could in my head. I'm like, oh, my God, oh, my God, oh, my God. And I thought you had me. It scared me so bad.
yeah,
Yeah.
I thought he had him too, but I was that 1 mana off myself, so
Yeah, if I had the Necrim Blade earlier, well, it would have been 23. I needed a second prep or one more mana or one more something. But Hunter also not a great matchup for Mally Rogue.
Yeah, but
Mm.
you came extremely close. That was excellent. So, talk about the last game, the Paladin versus Paladin hat. Obviously, you drew the consecration when you needed it. I really liked the Avenging Wrath play. However, there was an opportunity on turn 6 or 7 to play out the first. To play out the Spike Ridge Steed, and I want to talk about your decision on that turn.
Mm.
What made you decide to wait on the Steed?
So the if you look at what I had left in my hand, if I recall correctly, it was fairly weak.
Yeah, it
I
was.
had again Greymane. I had, let me pull this up here.
You
right,
had
so-
Blessing of Kings again.
Blessing of Kings, Spike Ridge
Greymane.
Steed, Coin, Equality, Wrath, Noble Sack, again. So
Yeah.
if I jam Spike Ridge Steed there and he's got a silence, what do? Right? I can maybe clear the board the next turn, but I have no board clears, no threats. Maybe I can make 1/5/5. That doesn't matter. If I play Steed there and he has Owl, I immediately lose. So
Gotcha.
I knew I was going to go in on Equality Avenging Wrath on turn 6 or turn 7. Right? I knew 100% I was going to do that because my hand was dictating that was the course of action to go into, and my hand was weak already. I needed him to invest and then to clear the board and have something after. And the Steed would hopefully stabilize if he was out of gas. Now, he had Vine Cleaver, which is just, pure high octane.
Too much.
So, yeah, and maybe I shouldn't have oozed on turn 4. I think that's where I had the opportunity of maybe I could have played the Chain Gang there, and I would have soaked up, a weapon attack and 3 minions, and maybe that would have been fine. Or maybe it wouldn't have because he used the Void Ripper and he would have just been able to punch through. It's the way the draws fell. Odd Paladin, if it ever gets behind on the board there, I win, but I have to get ahead on the board to begin with. The Consecration was nice to catch up, but I didn't have anything to follow it up and anything before it, and that kind of put the nail in the coffin. Combined with the egg build being much more difficult to deal with because I only play 1 silence, and a big old Ziliaxed egg is too much for me to handle, especially considering Tarim is usually a good thing for my opponent, not a bad thing.
It was almost enough to save you. It was very
Almost.
close. But
When the
that-
Avenging Wrath came through, I thought that was game. I was like, oh my God, I don't know if I can recover.
Yep, but then Vine Cleaver is Vine Cleaver.
Yeah.
Very, very strong card. All right.
Hey, so I want to ask Matuna. I
Yeah.
want to ask you. Well, first of all, welcome to the league. How does it feel being the only player representing your podcast, 1600 Dust, and getting your first win over a previous champion, Ridiculous Hat?
Yeah, it's definitely an honor to represent 1600 Dust in this league, and it was a huge honor to play against Ridiculous Hat. I feel like maybe I'm fortunate enough to have played with him early on in the season. I cannot believe that he lost last week, and then I'm really sorry, Hat, but at the same time, I'm really excited to have my first win in this league. My match last week, I got swept 0-3 or 3-0, depending on your perspective. So I was kind of bummed out because I consider myself a good player, but just getting swept like that kind of, kicked me down in the dirt in terms of like my confidence. But today was definitely a different story.
Awesome. That's great to hear, man. I appreciate you joining the league, and I'm glad you're here.
Why are
Thank
you
you.
apologizing? Why are
Yeah.
you sorry?
Don't
'Cause-
apologize. Those games
You're the
were
reigning
great.
champion.
So why would
The
you
defending
apologize
champion.
for bringing your best?
Yeah,
I'm confused.
yeah.
Because like I said, it was an honor to play against you, and I beat you, and I don't feel good about myself sometimes.
Why do you not feel good about winning? Winning is good. You won. You deserve it.
know.
You played
I know.
well.
Thank
You hit
you.
me in the face.
Hey,
Thank
you. Good,
Matuna,
man.
there's one thing that Hat taught me. And,
Yeah.
when I won against him, I know exactly what you're feeling. It feels weird. Your gut's all turning. But Hat
Yeah.
told me, he's like, listen, you made good plays. You're a good player. Don't apologize for it. Own it. And ever
Nice.
since then, I was like, you know what? He's right.
Yeah, don't apologize for winning because I never did.
I'm gonna take that to heart.
Oh, yeah. He said that too. Yeah.
yeah. I think the only time an apology is ever warranted is if you just play really awful, and win or lose, if you didn't play awful, you played well too.
I
that's
thought both of us played very well tonight. At the very least, hopefully it was entertaining for
Oh yeah,
the watchers, the viewers.
I always know when the players play well when I'm like, oh, I was wrong about that decision. The player was correct and I was wrong. So
Hey, so
absolutely.
it's early in week 2, but looking at week 3, Ridiculous Hat plays Daring Alkaline from the TDR podcast, the Daring Reporter, and Matuna, your matchup against Robobson next Saturday. So you got about a week or so to prepare for your last 3 classes. Have you put any thought into it?
I wanted to get through this week before kind of moving on to my thought process, but I saved the 3 classes that I was that I know have been good on ladder and that I'm having a lot of fun with at the moment. So maybe I just revealed too much, maybe my opponent can figure that out, what I might be bringing.
Well,
I think Robobson's busy right now preparing for Audrey kills.
Good.
But I gotta give you the warning. Robobson helped Hockey Boys prepare for playoffs, so be on the lookout for those 3 Mechathune decks from Robobson.
Yeah, for sure.
But real quick, same question for Hat. Because I know you're a genius. You're a UHL vet. Been in for seasons.
Yeah, 1 in 6, by the way.
No, my question is, have you put any thought into your match for next week, or are you just focusing on Matuna for tonight?
Let's see. I got Druid, Hunter, and Warlock up. I think I'm gonna bring at least 1 Mechathune. I haven't decided if I'll go up to 3 yet, but there will be at least 1.
Okay.
And the Druid deck will have both King Mukla and Cairn in it.
Ooh.
So heavy on burst.
Okay.
Oh
Well,
my
I'll be
God.
watching.
I am memeing a little bit. There's an ongoing meme in Coin Conceit about Burst Druid, which includes Cairn and Mukla, neither of which are burst cards. So definitely playing those 2. I don't know about the other 28.
That plan sounds bananas.
Oh. Quit
All right.
monkeying around.
Oh jeez.
I can't even with you.
Oh,
There it is.
man.
I knew. I was waiting for it.
All right. Thank you both so much for joining us for this post-game interview. I'm absolutely pumped for your matches next week as well. The next match in the UHL that we've got going for you, I forgot to look up. Mike, do you know it off the top of your head?
Oh, of course. I am on UnitedHearthstoneLeague.com right now. Today is Tuesday. Our next match will be Friday. We have 2 matches on Friday. So first up, it will be Zeroshio from the Hero Power podcast versus Pear from Fade to Karma at 6 p.m. And then we have MLG Anakin versus Swagoy Steffi at 10 p.m. 2 matches Friday. So we'll be back Friday Night Hearthstone.
Yeah, those times are Eastern. So
Yes.
that'll be
Thank you.
some excellent stuff to look forward to. Of course, Steffi on my team, Swagoy. Be looking for her to get her second win.
Swagoy's looking pretty strong in the league, I gotta say.
Yeah, it's pretty good. We'll be talking about her preparation on our Wednesday night practice. Hopefully, be able to.
Yeah, I lost hearing.